My name is Ted Merrill, and I'm one of the owners of a company called Merrill Brothers. We're a biosolids management company out of Kokomo, Indiana. Currently, today we're in Pasco, Florida, Pasco County, Florida, where we're having one of the open houses for a brand new facility, a biosolids processing facility to produce a Class AA biosolids fertilizer. What I want to talk to you a little bit about was why we chose the selection of Serpentex for the conveyorage needs of this particular process. One of the key things that we wanted to do in our Class AA fertilizer product was not to grind or pulverize the biosolids product. So in using screw auger systems, we had some risk and jeopardy of those being pulverized as they moved through the system. So when we met with the Serpentex people, we started to explain a lot of the different needs that we had, and we were very, very pleased with what we found. Serpentex offered us a much more robust conveyance system so that the conveyors weren't reliant upon one particular belt being tensioned across the long belt system, which we had two of those in this particular design that were 245 feet long. What we liked about the Serpentex was that it was all driven by the chains on the gears on the ends, and the fact that it took very little horsepower to power those, which was also a concern because some of our belts were going to be running for many, many hours each day. The additional benefit that we liked about the Serpentex units was that we could take products from ground level in one particular area and swing it around and take it up into the top of another unit, all in one conveyor, versus what we would have to do with straight conveying systems. That would have been quite complicated. So when we met with the design team at Serpentex, we sat down and showed them what we needed. We then brought in the design engineers from other firms that were involved through the pasteurization units that we have off here that are onto my left, and the loadout buildings on the right. And so we had a lot of different engineers talking with each other about the specific needs and how things needed to be designed together so that when assembly came around, it was going to be a piece of cake to do. We were a little concerned about that because we as a company were the design builders for the operation, and we felt the need to be able to put those conveyors together ourselves rather than to hire that done. And so that brought an additional concern. It was how well could we do that and how complicated would it be? So when the trucks showed up, we first unloaded all the boxes that they had, and we found the papers that came with it that expelled out what was in every box, and then we started to open the boxes and see the detail that they'd put into the identification of each of the different components as they went together, and we were able to mine that up together with the manuals to see how it went together, and in not much time at all we figured out how to do it, and it went together very, very well. In their design manual, they had, I think, 3 to 4 man-hours per linear foot in the equation for construction of the conveyors. And so one of our goals was to prove that piece wrong, that we could do it faster than that. And so we were able to do it just a little bit faster. But anyway, we put them together, and we couldn't be more pleased with how it worked out. We had hardly any issues whatsoever with the assembly. Even when we had the multiple engineers working together from different companies in the design. And that saved us a tremendous amount of engineering time by not having to have a third-party engineer overseeing all that together. So our experience with Serpentex was absolutely great, and we look forward to continuing to use them in the future on other installations.